do you believe that there's an underlying gold nugget in every adversity we face? There's an underlying positive. We just really, we have to see it, and we have to, step outside, maybe outside of that heat of the moment, and really look at what is the positive out of this. Now, I mean, your field, perfect example, because you're dealing with money all the time, and money hits a nerve that a lot of other things don't hit with in the general population. What's your thoughts on that? When it comes to the adversities of money, sometimes, is there an underlying gold nugget when people hit these seemingly insurmountable walls?
Absolutely. Just to back up a tad, I co-authored a book called Magic, Miracle, and Synchronicity with Jane Bluestein and another friend. And we talk about this whole idea of what's the silver lining. This book is about 12 ways to look at gratitude. And one of them is the idea of silver lining, meaning maybe we've all had tragedies. We've all had circumstances that have been very, very challenging for us. And how do you step back, as you're saying, and find that silver lining? And we have a chapter called Silver Linings. It may not happen during the event. It may not even happen for days or weeks. It may even end up being months or years. That one can look back and see, okay, what was the silver lining? What was the one piece that I was able to take out of that? Or how my life changed that I thought was going to be horrible, but instead something came along I never would have expected. Whether it's cancer, whether it's an accident, there's all kinds of things. And financially, the same thing. We have lots of people right now going through foreclosures, going through bankruptcy, going through many, many challenges in their financial world. And to me, these are the times when you get to go inside and you get to become more introspective. And what is it that you're learning from this adversity of a foreclosure or of a bankruptcy? And for many people, it is that idea of checking in and going back to what are my core priorities, my core values, my core goals about life. Maybe it's not about all the material things or the vacations you get to go on or the things you get to buy. Maybe you find out it's really about your health, your family, your friends, having a little bit more peace of mind. I mean, once the bankruptcy's over or once the foreclosure's over, at least now you know it's done and you move on from there. And so in that way, from a financial way, there are silver linings. We get to see things a different way. And just having a different perspective can be a silver lining. It could be that financially, because of circumstances, it puts you on a whole different path, a whole different direction in front of different people that suddenly opens up doors you never would have considered opening for you before.
How important is changing your perspective when you want to see the positive, the lighter side, if you will, of an adversity?
Well, it's all about perspective. It's all about how we look at it. It really is. I mean, we've all, heard these comments and books and speakers about focus on, think about what your thoughts are and your words are, because your actions are really a follow-through and your behavior is really a follow-through of what you're thinking. So if we are staying negative, constantly thinking about adversity and constantly thinking about the victimhood, we're going to simmer in that stew for a long time. And we all have choice. We all have choice as to how we respond to situations. We may not have choices as far as what life hands us, so we can choose how we're going to respond to each situation. We can be a victim. We can hang on to adversity and negativity, or we can decide, all right, what do I have to do? How do I shift my perspective? How can I feel encouraged? How can I feel supported? What can I do to feel more positive about this situation that's going on?